Today we're going to talk about a very unusual case. I think it'll interest the people though around the world. Um, as you know, there are fertility doctors all over, and with those fertility doctors, you go to them, especially couples that can't have children. For what reason, they don't know. And they sort of set it up with people that donors. They get donors that look like both people, husband and wife, and then those donors will give donors will give what's that called? Sperm, and that sperm will be shot into the woman to try to make her have a baby. And this is going all over the country. It's been going for years. I knew somebody involved in it in New York City several years ago, and there was a girl that went up there to be to take a couple's sperm, and then there was a donor involved, and then it's funny, but the last minute when everything was going to go, the guy's wife got pregnant. So she must have dropped her guard and finally got pregnant. Because that's a problem. They can't get pregnant. They don't know why. They don't know it's the sperm of the father, mother, or what. So this guy, Dr. Donald Klein, he's been in this for years. He got in the 70s. And he's from Indianapolis, Indiana. He's been in the 70s, the 80s, and he's been giving these people, well, he's a fertility doctor, he's been giving them sperm. The problem with this case that makes it different from anyone I heard of, is somewhere down the line he started using his own sperm, putting it in, instead of the person that came to the clinic. So he was using his own sperm, and then that sperm was put into the mother. And this went on, I think, for a while, because he was there in the 70s and the 80s, and that would make it 40 years now. And believe it or not, naturally it's like anything else. Some of those girls are eggs turned into people, and some of them, a girl named Ballard, I don't know why, but she started checking out this Klein, and she kept checking it. There's a website called 20. Well, she didn't know nothing about him. She just kept checking. I don't know why she was checking though. She's 38 years old, and because there was a lot of people to check. Some of them she called, she found on the site, they wouldn't even talk to her. And we figured that one person, after you keep performing and increasing, one person, they figure, had 36 children, that'd be 36 children. Because he started about 40, 50 years ago, and you have one, and then she's 20, starts having another one, and it keeps right on going. The one thing that helped him in this case was Indiana had no criminal statute on this, like Virginia did. And in Virginia, in 1992, there was a doctor, a specialist. He was convicted on 52 on perjury for putting his own sperm in people. But the state that this guy's from, they didn't have a statute like that. There is no penalty. And he got no penalty. And he's still walking around. So there's no law in Indiana that would make what he did criminal. And we don't know how many people he put his sperm in, because he says all his records now are destroyed. And he turned in his license. But you know, you're going over 50, 60 years. I don't know who's walking around out there.
He turned his license in?
Yeah, he turned his license in lately, and they said he couldn't get it back. But I don't know how many people are out there that have, from his sperm, and have his genes, and probably are like him. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with him, but he is a doctor. He went to school all those years, and he never had a criminal record or anything. So, you know, you look at his genes and his background, and look at it against people that are running around on the streets and shooting people and killing people. Their genes are a lot different. So I don't see nothing wrong with this guy's genes. And frankly, if I was in a situation like this, he could put his sperm in an operation where I would be born. I think he has a lot of good qualities. Now, they want to know why he did this. I don't know. And they want to know how many people he did it to. We don't know. Because he says all his records, he threw them out and they're all destroyed. And generally they would do this.
That's convenient.
They would do this in threes. If you come to the clinic, they'll get 3 people look like you, and they would be the donors, and then they would come in and they would get sperm. I guess they put it inside you, and then you stay there. And the key is to get you pregnant. It doesn't work all the time. There's been a lot of people at these fertility clinics, and that don't mean it's going to work, but they do it right, though. I guess it should work. But the question here is, we don't know how many people are walking around with his genes. And actually, it could be you or me. All the people today around the world, because he started in the 70s and 80s, and his fertility clinics, I guarantee they were busy. He could have been putting his sperm out probably on a daily basis if he wanted to, but he won't say anything on how many people that he could have put his sperm in, and that would give them a child with his genes. I don't know. I mean, a lot of things happen. A lot of people have children and it's real simple. Like, I was born 9 months and 1 day after my parents got married. But then they never could have another child. So I spent my whole life as an only child. Never had a brother or a sister, which I would have liked to have, but you know, I'm a baby. I didn't know how to go about getting it. I didn't know where you go sign up for a fertility clinic. And then I don't know where I'd get the money unless I get one of those horses that were running there every day. But it's an interesting topic. It's something to think about. These fertility clinics, especially in New York City, they're all over the place. So the question is, what genes are in your body? Thank you. You go like that one or what?